Barry Allen. I am the fastest man alive.
Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? I hope you're having a good week so far. So today is Wednesday, 15th of October 2014. The Flash, fastest man alive. Let's just get to the good stuff, because that's actually what he says at the beginning of the episode. He doesn't even bother do an intro like Oliver Queen does on Arrow. So he just goes, right, you know who I am, you know what I do. Let's just get to the good stuff. And this was a brilliant episode, and it takes the story is sort of adapted from recent, I say recent, but shortly after the DC Comics was relaunched in 2011, issues 3, 4 and 5, where the Flash takes on an old friend of his who somehow got cloned. Well, similar sort of adaptation happens in this episode. We actually know in this episode what it is that guy by the name of Danton Black, who was a top known scientist for S.T.A.R Industries, working for Simon Stagg, was able to perfect cloning, and it was actually to save his wife, who unfortunately died. I think it was for a heart defect or some sort of organ, I've completely forgotten. And but Simon Stagg stole said technology from Danton, and got rid of Danton after that. So Danton's seeking revenge, and he's able to replicate himself instantly. He can clone himself on the spot. How freaky is that? And so it's quite interesting. But what we see here, Barry Allen is now sort of starting to become a hero in some sense. He's now taking steps into actually saving people's lives. He's no longer, well, I say he's no longer, but he is still, being helped with Cisco and Caitlin and Harrison Wells to look for other metahumans that were affected by the S.T.A.R Labs accident. But Barry's saving people. He's saved 3 people from a fire. He's also tried to stop an attempted robbery as well. So he's learning. To begin with, Cisco and Barry are keeping this on the down low, but when Caitlin catches him out, she is not happy. Caitlin has issues, not issues per se, but she's very she is depressed, but it's to do with her fiance Ronnie Raymond, who we will meet eventually. So it'll be interesting, because he supposedly died during the S.T.A.R Labs incident. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that comes about. But anyway, so yeah, she's not happy about Cisco and Barry and what they're doing behind the scenes and stuff. But Barry just wants to do good. He does want to help people now. He doesn't really see himself as someone who's just going after metahumans as well. He wants to save lives. He wants to help people. But what we find out is that he and Joe even have a confrontation as well, because we have some flashbacks from when he was younger. There's a point where Joe comes back home. Barry is also, he's brought Barry back home, and Barry's just wants to go see his dad. His dad is in prison, for the attempted murder, for murdering his wife Nora, and Barry's not happy that he can't go and see his dad. Joe's saying, well, look, I'm your father. I'm the one that's going to look after you. Barry retaliates back to him. There's that conflict, and it happens again in the present as well. And it's like Joe is putting a stop. Joe doesn't even know that Barry's out there saving lives. As far as Joe's concerned, Barry still works at the Central City Police Department as well. But even Harrison and Joe, they have a bit of a moment together. They both talk regarding Barry and how they both care about him and such. So he's now got 2 father figures as well as his own dad in prison. There was a massive twist at the very end of the episode, which I'm not going to spoil for you, because oh my god, I did not expect that. That's all I'm going to say. The biggest moment for me in this episode was how Barry was able to take down Danton Black, which just the effects, the way that he moves and everything, fantastic. So props to the visual effects department for that one. I actually squealed like a little girl though at one point. The cosmic treadmill featured in this episode. It was brilliant. Seeing Barry on the cosmic treadmill running, but it was because Barry's been he's been getting sort of like, you know, dizziness, and he's like fainting and such, and he doesn't know why. And you know, the Caitlin, Cisco, and Harrison are also trying to figure out why he's like passing out and such and fainting and whatnot. So that's when they put him on the treadmill, and he's running really fast, you know, going as fast as he can, and they notice his glucose levels aren't high enough, and it's because he's not eating. He's not eating enough food. So they basically say, right, you've got to start taking a lot of food, because you've got to, your intake is going to be huge because of your change in your DNA. Your metabolism is like all the way up there. You've got to keep up. You need your body to stay fit and healthy. You've got to eat and drink as much as you can. So yeah, it was incredible that was the reason why he was passing out. Very simple physics at the end of the day. So yeah, so that was pretty good. I really did do like this show. I think it's just amazing the way that they are doing this. It's fantastic. Yes. We now have a Flash movie coming in 2018, and it's going to star a guy by the name of Ezra Miller. I've never heard of him, no idea. So I am disappointed that it's not going to be Grant Gustin, which is a shame, because it could have worked, and I'll tell you why. You could have had, say, 3 seasons of The Flash, and then the movie, and have Grant Gustin feature. You could have 5 seasons of Arrow, and have Oliver Queen, Stephen Amell's Oliver Queen, feature in the Justice League movie. You know, I mean, we're on to season 3 now. The Justice League movie doesn't come out until 2017. Let's say season 4 will be from 2015 to 2016, season 5 from 2016 to 2017, and somewhere in between, Stephen Amell could shoot scenes for Justice League. What is the problem? But I digress. We're not going to get too far into it. I've already done a video regarding the new slate of DC movies that are coming out between 2016 and 2020, so please watch that if you haven't already. But here, wow, it's getting interesting. It really is picking up. But as I say, the ending, the very ending of this show, that episode, that's what is he up to is all I'm going to ask. I don't know what he's up to, but Barry's learned something. You know, he's got to eat a lot. He does have, you know, Joe looking out for him at the end of the day, which is good. Even though Joe realised at the end of the day, Joe eventually realised that things like Danton Black and Clyde Martin, you know, they're meta-humans. They can't be stopped by the ordinary policeman. Someone like Barry Allen is the only one who's capable of stopping them. And that's why Joe actually turned around and said, this time you're going to do as I say, you're going to go and stop him. Because when he was younger, Joe says a similar thing, you're going to do as I say and go up to your bedroom. You're not going to go and see your father, this, that and the other. So, kind of reversed, but in a more, you know, positive manner. It's almost as if Joe was holding the reins in. Same as Harrison as well. Harrison was saying, you know, we've got to caution restraint. You know, you can't just be going out willy-nilly saving people just for the sake of it, just because you now have the ability to run really fast. And Joe says the same thing as well. So they're both trying to put him down on the ground and, you know, ground him as best as possible to say, whoa, hold it there, Nelly. Just, you know, there's a lot to learn about you and your newfound abilities. We still don't know what you're capable of. Let's just wait and see what happens. So, but then Joe eventually thought, you know what? No, you have the ability. You're capable. You can stop people like Danton and Clyde. Go out and do it. So yeah, the next week's episode features a guy who's able to turn himself into a mist. So it's going to be interesting to see how Barry copes with that one. So that'll be good. But yeah, really good episode as well. Loving the show. I am going to start, possibly in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know yet, to do character spotlight videos for The Flash. Okay, like I did with Arrow last season, we will be doing it for The Flash. I should also be starting for Arrow at some point later on, once more new characters start appearing. So I'll let you know when that's going to happen as well. Obviously, the Flash Arrow is on later on tonight, titled S.T.A.R, second episode, sorry. Third episode is next week. Yeah, titled S.T.A.R. After what happened last week. We're going to get some flashbacks now with Sarah Lance and see what happens with Laurel as well, because she's obviously the one that's going to take it hard, really, really hard. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching. See you all very soon.